Welcome to online lectures by CA Studies. For more lectures online, please do visit castudies.lk.
Welcome back, students. So in the previous section we discussed about the syllabus coverage, and now we are going to dive right into the subject. So as we discussed earlier, the first 5% of the syllabus is business and organizational environment. So that is what we will be covering today, business and organizational environment. So I'll put the heading on the top, business and organization environment. Right. So here it's all about starting from the definition of what an organization is and what a business organization is, and then we will be discussing about the different types of organization that there is, how they are differentiated based on their objective, that is whether they are operating to make profits or not profit, or based on their ownership, and different types of classification or categorizations of organization. So before moving on to that, let me explain what an organization is and how an organization is formed. Okay. For an example, there is one individual, one person who wants to do something. For example, he wants to build a building, right? Big building. So he has this idea, but this person on his own cannot complete the entire building. He will be needing support, and that is where another set of people join him, and together they can put in their effort, resources, and complete the building. That is their common objective. So how we define an organization is, organization is a social arrangement with collective goals. And it has boundaries separating the people from the business, and that is what we call as a business organization. Organization is a social arrangement with collective goals and has boundaries separating it from its owners, right? So I'll read the definition that is given in the study pack. So as I told you in the earlier session as well, throughout our studying process we will be using the study pack which is issued by CA Sri Lanka as our main resource. Throughout the exam, that will be the only book that we will be depending on. So take out your study pack, because throughout the session we will be using the study pack for all our examples. So as the study pack says, organization can achieve results which individuals cannot achieve by themselves. So this individual cannot complete this. So that is why as an organization, as a collection of people, they can achieve this common objective. And then what a business organization is. Business organization is an organization that is oriented towards making a profit. So the difference, or the key difference between an organization to become business organization is, business organizations are aimed at making profits. So how can we define business organization? We just have to add one single phrase in addition to this. So we can basically define business organization using this. Business organization is a social arrangement with collective goals which has boundaries separating it from its environment with the objective of making profits. So that is what a business organization is, right? So I'm explaining it one more time because this is the basics based on which our entire syllabus is going to be on. So if we get the basics right, the entire syllabus or rest of the subjects will be very easy. So again, individual cannot achieve a big task. So what he does is he gets a set of people, so which becomes a social arrangement, and this social arrangement, which consists of people, have one goal, that is collective goals. That is, in this case, to build a building, and which has boundaries separating its people from the environment. And when it comes to business organization, the prime objective is making profits. So that is what we define or call as a business organization. So just basically, what would be the characteristics of an organization or a business organization? Number one is performance. Organizations need performance and they specialize and they convert inputs to outputs. This is what we call as processing. And organizations have systems and procedures. And variety of objectives. So organization's objective could be anything. It could be a profit making to maximize shareholders, or to give benefit to their members, or to provide social service. It could be anything, right? So these are the key characteristics of an organization. Performance, specialize. Specialize is when an organization keeps on doing the same thing over a period of time. They specialize in what they are doing, and they convert inputs into outputs. So in this case, we'll take this as the example, and I'll explain all the steps based on that example. And then organizations have systems and procedures and variety of objectives. So let's come back to this case. So here, the performance is how this collection of people do their task, and specialization is when these people keep on doing this. They become experts in the area. They gain experience and knowledge on the subject. So they complete this building, they go on to complete another building, and then another building, and another building, and so on, so on, so on. So while they are completing so many projects, so while they are in the business, they gain experience and knowledge, and that is where they become specialized, and they convert inputs to outputs. So for this, they will be getting cements, sand, or the iron bars and everything, and these are the inputs whereby they convert this input to an output, which is a building. Inputs converted to outputs, and variety of objectives. So here their objective is doing this building, and then thereby they make profit. So if they are making the buildings for, say, their own members, then it's for their benefit of their own members. Say if they are making buildings, or if they are developing streets, road and all, it's for the benefit of the society. So it could be different types of objectives. And then you might be thinking, why organizations exist? What is the purpose? Why organization should be there? I mean, why can't one person do all of this, right? So we should come back to this scenario, because we saw here this person individually on his own cannot complete the building. So that is why he gets a set of people and he forms an organization to complete a huge task. So here one person cannot do the task, but as an organization, as a collection of people, he could achieve the task. So the number one reason why organization exists why organizations exist is it because of individual limitations. Right? Because as one person he cannot complete this task, but as an organization he could do. So that is where, because of this person's limitations, as an organization we can come over, we can pass or we can face the difficulty and complete the task. And the second part is organizations specialize. So as I told you earlier, when organization is doing the same thing again and again over a period of time, they will be naturally gaining knowledge and experience in that area. So because of that, they will be specializing in what they do. So because they are specialized, they will be able to do the same task which another person could do with a low cost and with higher efficiency, because they have the experience of the subject area. So here, if we assume there is already another contracting organization, so this individual doesn't have to find or form a group of organization. He could directly go to this organization which is in the construction business and can ask these people to do the construction, because they have the knowledge and experience in the construction business, and that is why they are specialized in construction. Right? Also, another point of specialization is, as I told you, when specialization occurs, efficiency increases. So these people, this individual can focus only on, he can specialize only on constructing buildings, whereas another person with this organization can specialize on farming. Right? So what happens is, this person can do construction effectively because he is specialized, and this person can do farming effectively because he is specialized and he has the skills and knowledge for farming. So eventually what happens is, he can address a need which this person cannot achieve on its own, because he can't construct a building, and this person can do something that this person can do because he can do farming. Right? So in that case, when organizations specialize in one thing, they can focus on different areas. And the next reason is simple, straightforward and self-explanatory: saves time, because they are specialized, right? And accumulate and share knowledge. How they have gained this knowledge? Because they are specialized in the area. And that is why organizations exist, because organization attends to the needs that individuals on their own cannot fulfill. So what individuals do is, individuals form an organization and they attend to the need that is in the market, or that is in that a need that they have from themselves, and then in the process of forming an organization, they specialize in the task that they are doing. And because they are specialized, it saves time, they accumulate and share knowledge, and yes, they accumulate and share knowledge. Right? So that is why, that is the basic definition of an organization and why an organization exists. So again, I am telling you the definition of an organization. Right? It's a social arrangement with collective goals which has boundaries separating it from its environment. And when it comes to business organization, we add just one more phrase: making profits. Okay. So coming back to the overall picture, as I told you, this entire chapter has only 5 marks. right? 5% of the syllabus, which is business organization and environment. So if you take your exams, as I told you in the beginning, it has 50 multiple choice questions and drop and fill in the blanks question. Okay, you can say 50 questions are there. So we can expect 2 to 3 questions, because 5 marks cannot be given, so it will be either 4 marks or 6 marks. So we can expect 2 to 3 questions in this area, and we can mainly expect them to test on the definitions, which is straightforward. So we can easily memorize this or understand the definitions, which will give us an extra point, or which will definitely give us an additional advantage when it comes to the exam. So organization is a social arrangement with collective goals, boundaries separating it from its environment, right? And key characteristics of an organization: performance, they specialize, convert inputs to outputs, they have systems and procedures, and variety of objectives. And why organizations exist: they cover or attend to the needs of individual limitations, that is things that individuals cannot do, but as an organization they can do. And they specialize over a period of time, and because they are specialized, it saves time, and they accumulate and share knowledge, which in the long term help the business. Okay, so that is main idea of what a business is, of what an organization is, right? So we are not going to have any additional tunes or notes material for you. So I encourage, while we are discussing this, if you could make your own notes, that will be helpful for you as well, because our main resource is the study pack which has been issued. And our plan for studies is we will be covering the subject area, and after the subject area, or this, in this case this 5% is covered, we will be doing the practice and revision kit, which has some number of, in this case if I am not mistaken, as 24 number of questions relating to this area. So we will be doing the subject area, we will be studying the theory, and then we will be doing the exam or the model paper, model questions.
Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned with castudies.lk for more lectures online.